Herzlich willkommen zu der neuen Folge von den Self-Love Moments. Und heute wird es auf Englisch sein. Deswegen switche ich gleich um. Welcome today to my show Self-Love Moments. And today we have a very special guest. But first of all, my name is Schareska. I am the founder of the skin and soul care brand Amo Como Soy with vegan natural cosmetics. And we have Gabby. Hello. So, and today we have a very great coach for a health coach, and we will talk about the combination from self love and nutrition. Because it's always a holistic approach, as Amo Como Soy is also doing. So, welcome to Malena Lum. Hi, Malena.
Hello.
Very happy that you are here. Marlena is a health coach. She studied in the US. She's from Panama, Latina also, like me. And she is living since 3 years in Germany, right? Now.
3.5 already, yeah.
Okay, great. And I'm very happy to talk with you today about self love and nutrition. You are a health coach, also, you have online programs where you are working in English and in Spanish. I learned you by a cooking course with tofu. You are also vegan. Maybe you can say some words from you, present yourself better.
Yeah, thank you for this invitation. I'm really happy to be here as well. Like you say, I'm come from Panama. I'm living in Freiburg in Germany. So I'm in the south, which is really good. We have some sun here, which I love. And I'm a holistic health coach. I basically focus on health and wellness and to create a healthy lifestyle that is sustainable for everyone, like women and men, in a way that feels natural, in a way that feels real, in a way that people enjoy it a lot. So I focus a lot on that, like how to be happier and how to be healthier in a way. So yeah, that's what I love. And I include different things. I have created a method which is called the Happy and Healthy Method. And with this method, we focus on inclusion, like all the things that we can include. I have a different approach, a different perspective. Instead of like giving you in the nutrition way, instead of giving you how to say that, like a list of things or a diet, I focus on the things that you could include. So it's kind of like every single day you think of what can I include to feel better, to feel healthier, to feel happier, instead of having a list of things that you should avoid, things that you should restrict yourself from.
I love.
And yeah, so it's like deleting that restriction from our lives and trying to flow with our intuition, with things that actually make us feel good in life. So yeah, that's what I have created, and it's beautiful. It's a really, really beautiful journey.
I love that you are really seeing this healthy, this is nutrition topic as a holistic approach, really, as you are saying that. And of course, more from the side where we already have what we can include, and more not from this negative parts of I can what I cannot do. But let's start
Yeah.
first of all, because this have a lot to do with self-love. You make also a self-love challenge. Um, Maybe you can tell us. I will be interested. What is self love for you?
Yeah. So first of all, why I like to combine it with everything, and in a holistic health coach wellness approach, is kind of like we're not only the things that we eat. I mean, at the end, we are emotional selves. Like we have different feelings, we have different thoughts, we have different things, emotional, mental, and physical as well. So it's kind of like self-love for me is this connection that you have with yourself, with your body, with the things that you do, the things that you say, the things that you feel. So it's kind of like defining your values and move on with life in a way that is connected with your values. Whatever it is, the things that you eat, the things that you do, the relationship that you have, the whatever you do with or without other people, it's kind of like if it makes sense to you, if it's connected to your values, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. And you have also a lot of programs already with some women. and this have also to be with a lot of the main topic is nutrition. But what is the main problem that you are seeing, or the main challenge, not problem, challenge that you are seeing in these topics, nutrition and self-love? How it's the combination about that?
Yeah. I mean, many things, like a lot of people who come to me at the beginning, they start thinking of losing weight, for instance, like that's a big thing. And something that is really important for me is kind of to understand or help the person understand the why. Why do you really want to lose weight? Why do you want to look like this or that? And sometimes we have in our minds like perfect picture of someone else, or how society told us how to be. And it's kind of like we are not accepting ourselves. We are hating ourselves. We're not feeling comfortable with ourselves. So we're trying to change
You
who
mean
we are.
is the reason inside of us or outside? That's what you mean.
Exactly. And a lot of people like combine or see that their value has a lot of things to do with the physical body, with how their appearance, you know, like this positive physical image, or yeah, like how you look and how do you feel with it. So I try to connect with the feeling, because that's something that also creates a lot of separation, or you know, like sometimes you feel stuck when you're trying to reach these goals. And what's happening is like if you don't connect with how you really want to feel instead of how you want to look, how do you want your physical body to look, it's kind of like you can lose the motivation. You can lose this inner fire to build a new version of yourself. So it's kind of like instead of changing yourself, like how can you create a better version of who you already are? And then there is a big gap. There is a big, you know, like something that is not correct. And I've been going through a lot of things as well, because in Latin America, for instance, we grew up in this society where we think what's perfect in a woman, you know, like how they look, how their hair look, how their body look, like the things that they do. But no one talks about how they feel. And you can have the perfect body, but maybe you don't feel good with that. So it's kind of to make that connection. And when we really like deep in, like, you know, like digging into that feeling, people are like, okay, I really know why I want to feel like this. They connect in a different way, and they start making these changes out of love.
Okay.
Because they start loving yourself.
This is so important. Let's do it just step by step. It is so important what you are saying, but it's not only with nutrition; it's with every topic actually. Why
Yeah.
you want to do that is intrinsic or extrinsic. I don't know, is the name in English.
Yeah, you can say.
Inside of you, the reason why you are doing that, or is a pressure from outside, and this make a big difference if you will reach your goal or not. Actually, right? Is this coming from yourself, as you said? Then is your motivation very different.
Yeah, and also the big difference is like you could maybe reach that goal physically, but there are so many people out there that have a perfect physical body, but they don't feel good with it, you know? So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like you can eat all the salads in the world. You can work out every single day, and maybe physically you're feeling good, and then you have a perfect body, you know? And you don't have a good relationship with yourself. You don't have good relationship with others. Like you're not feeling balanced with yourself. So like there are many things, like even if you're eating a lot of salads, even if you are working out a lot, but if you have this disbalance in your life in general, you can still get bloated. You can still retain liquids. You can still be, you know, like have acne or things like that, or lose your hair because of all the stress and anxiety that you're creating because of all the different things, and not necessarily because of the way you eat or the way you move your body. So it's kind of like this relation we just stop thinking about, and it's kind of, it's fascinating.
It's fascinating, and it's so important. How do you want to feel, and to be also more mindful about that? How you are feeling, is this in line, as you say, with your values?
Yeah.
And to be happier, because at the end, to be happier is not to have more, it's how you feel about
that. Whatever it means to people, you know. But it's really important. That's something that I focus a lot in my programs, is to create this awareness and to also include, because a lot of people think that we need to eliminate things from our lives. But if we include more of the good things, more of the things that we're lacking, more of the things that make us feel alive, then the body is so smart that you start asking for the things that you don't need. It's kind of like it balances itself. It's really, really interesting.
And this is
Yeah.
also a very nice approach to focus on the abundance that is already there and not the gap. And that's what you are
Yeah.
with
And
what.
what is abundance? I mean, that's a huge, huge another topic. Like a lot of people just think like abundance is money, but we can also see it in different ways. Like all the things that you have that has nothing to do with money.
Of course. And abundance is for me in this case where you are saying what can I include, what is already there, then I am having the focus, the view of abundance in my life.
Mm,
That's what you are saying. Huh? What I can,
yeah.
maybe you can tell us a little bit. I am also asking about tips, and this is, I think, a very important thing. Where you are focusing, what you can include in small things, and more there be restrictive, what I cannot do, what I should not do. Tell us a little bit more there because you have the
Like,
experience there.
yeah. Like some of the things that I like to do at the beginning is kind of like, first of all, like whenever I start a program with my clients, like one-on-one sessions, for instance, like I do group programs and I also do personalized, like individual ones.
Mhm.
And the first thing that I like to do is to do like an evaluation of their lifestyle, because we think that when you go to someone, that person is just going to tell you the things that you should do. So
Mm.
it's kind of like really, really important to understand and differentiate. Like everybody, every life is completely different. You can have the same age. They can be two women that are both are 30 years old. One is a mom, one is not. One is in their country, one is outside in another country. One has really demanding work. The other one is at home, whatever. So it's not like I'm going to give you a diet. I'm going to give you workouts. I'm going to give you things that it might not adjust with your lifestyle. So what I do at the beginning is kind of like to do a whole evaluation, a holistic evaluation of your lifestyle. What is really happening in your life? Like the things that you're eating, the rituals or routines that you have during your day. How good are you sleeping? How's your digestion? Like, the kind of connection that you have with yourself, all these kind of things. And then I also invite people in general, like to think of the different aspects in their lives, like maybe finances, work, relationships, health in general, home environment, the place where you're living at, like these kind of things, and think on a way like from 1 to 10, how good I feel with it. So
Mm.
it's kind of like when you think in these different areas in your lives and see where's a big gap, let's say, I don't know, like 10 is a lot and 0 is nothing, then you see that where there is a big gap, then maybe there's an area of your life that you need to work on.
Mm.
And you will see like everything is interconnected. Like when you work on one part of your life, it will also replicate in everything else. So
Ref-
it's really,
yes.
yeah, it's really interesting in that way. So it's really important that also to make that differentiation. Like every life is different, and we need to, like, how we call it, bio individuality, because everyone has like a different way out of like living or
But really,
feeling.
the only way how this can be successful.
Yeah,
If it is not something that is adapt to what I need, I will
yeah,
make it. I will not do it actually after some.
exactly.
As I
And
love.
then the main goal is kind of to create this sustainable, healthy lifestyle, because you can have temporary results, and many diets, they work really good if you do them. But long term, you need to think if the things that you're doing is easy for you and it feels natural that you can do it for the next 2 3 years. If it feels like, oh my God, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of restrictions, and all these kind of things, and then it's not the best thing for you.
Yeah.
So everything takes time, like you need to go in the process and you need to enjoy the process and find something that works for you. That's also something different. Like maybe something that is really good for me might not be good for you.
Mm.
So this comparison or trying to copy someone else is not going to help 100%, because maybe my body has this connection with something else, with another kind of food, with another type of workout, or this kind of thing. So loving yourself, accepting yourself, is also understanding what your body really needs. So it's kind of like, you know
Oh,
have this awareness.
self is what your body really needs.
Yeah, this is what you, yeah.
Yeah, and, and this part is really important. I know it as a life coach how it is. When you say how you can say from 0 to 10, how is your life in different topics in your physical,
Yeah,
emotional, and so on. And this is really the difference. For example, somebody who is doing a lot of exercise sports is of course a 10 is a thing. Wow, I don't know, I can do a triathlon or something like this. And this is the difference. When he is in on the 8, it couldn't be my 10. It is for me is a 10.
yeah,
I
okay.
make twice a week, 1 hour
Yeah,
runner, for example. And this is the big difference. And I love that because it's more this acceptance, recognizing myself and being more by me and not to
yeah.
the others. Okay, great that you are doing that in your programs. So I never was in your programs, but I decided to be part of this.
And
And
the next one, yeah.
that English and Spanish. Of course, I will take it in Spanish because it's my mother language. Um, can you say a little bit more? You said something about the program, but maybe a little bit more. It's how long it's take, when you are starting, for example.
Well, the different programs, like to say a little bit about my 101, like the individual ones, we have different programs that you can work with me 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months. And basically, the difference is awareness or in which part of your journey you are. So 1 month is someone that's already making changes in their lifestyle, is already more aware of it. And then you kind of just want to check if you're on the right path or not. And then 3 months is a popular one. That's the one that a lot of people start with. And then in this one, we have like sessions every 2 weeks. It's like it's actually like 3.5 months. So it's like 7 different sessions. And then we start working on these goals. And my program, the new one, is going to start that's the next version that is going to be in April 19th, April 19th. And it's a 21-day reset. And this is a group program, and it's basically everything I always wanted. That's basically like everything I always wanted to start living a healthy life that is sustainable and that feels good to you. So I figured out that we need this guidance, we need a community, we need not only the food part, the nutritional part, but also the self-love, movement, and everything. And in 21 days, I'm basically a coach for everyone who's doing the program. And everyone received like a different ebooks, a complete ebook with more than 70. I need to count that now because there are more than 70 recipes, and there are like different menus. You're gonna know for the 3 weeks what exactly you're gonna eat. You're gonna have the menu with the breakfast, the lunch, the dinner, all the photos with the recipes, and it's really, really nice. And as well, we do, it's like so many things I need to think about. We also have a group, like a Facebook group, where we have this community, like everyone sending pictures with the motivation. That's really, really important, because when I started my whole journey to feel better or to be healthier, I was doing it alone. And it's not so easy when you want to make these changes alone. So it's really beautiful to have this community with this program. And also you have like a self-love challenge included in it that is basically work on yourself for 5 minutes every day. And I give you like a little task that you need to complete for yourself every single day. And it's beautiful too, like things like defining your values, the things that I'm saying, like defining maybe like how your best version is, or to connect a little more with yourself. And it also includes we do coaching group, like group coaching sessions in a group, like every Sundays too. We have Q&As because there are always different questions during the week. And every Thursday, I'm cooking one of the recipes live with everyone who is doing it as well. Like on Instagram is really interactive and really nice. And workout videos too. You receive like workout videos. It's super complete because you can see that you have like mental, emotional, physical, community, coaching, and yeah, I mean, it's
Incredible, a lot.
everything I always dream of, and it's beautiful. And this is the 5th time that I already do it, and the results, like after the third day, you start seeing results in your body, your mind, your energy, everything. And it's to create this lifestyle that you feel good, happy, healthy. That's the whole part of it.
I'm excited to start with that. As I said, I took part of your tofu course, cooking course.
Yeah.
Incredible! It was very easy to cook, delicious. I'm happy to be there. You took the one question I have. Still one question, because you said that that's everything what you wanted to have in something like that. Which was your motivation? Why as you decided to study health coaching? This will
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a whole journey, like why I decided to become a health coach. Like I never thought that I was gonna be a health coach. I studied industrial engineering in Panama. Then I went to the US and did my master's in engineering as well. And I've been working in that as well, like with products and different things, with processes and things. But there was a moment when I was in Panama that CrossFit, I don't know if you know what CrossFit is, like really intense weightlifting workouts. Like you go to, it's kind of like a CrossFit gym, and then you do like really intense workouts. So I was a little obsessed with that. Like I was going every single day. It was super close to my place, and I was more obsessed with my body, or my physical body. Like I was really fit and I wanted to be fitter, I wanted to be stronger in that way. I never asked myself like what health is, how do I want to feel, how do I feel, because I've been always thin, and I always assume if I'm thin, I'm healthy. But no, I was going to the gym and I was looking good. So I was so obsessed, and the coaches were telling me like, well, now that you are feeling so good, that you want to do more, then they were kind of telling me the diets they were having. And it was not the right diet for me. I never asked myself, I was having like a lot of meat in that time. It was like a lot of protein, animal protein, just a normal salad, almost no carbs. And on top, I was taking like protein powders, like really full of things. And I wasn't feeling good. I was going to the gym and I was like super dizzy. I was not feeling well. I went to the doctor. I had like a blood test, and the doctor told me like, it's crazy. Like, are you sure these results are yours? Because you're thin, you're young, and you look fit. Everything was out of range. Like my cholesterol, triglyceride, everything was super high. Even in my urine, I was peeing, and there was coming protein out of my body in that way. And he was like shocked. And I was like, what the heck is happening here? Like, oh my God. I was young, yeah. And he told me like there are two things that you can do. Either start taking pills for cholesterol, like all these kind of things. And I was like 20 something years old. I was like, what? Or change your lifestyle. I was like, my what? What does it mean? My lifestyle, like, yeah, the way you eat. Like, what? I was like, what is this, So I went to a nutritionist and I wanted to change my lifestyle, and it was not so complete for me. It was really like, okay, hi, you're Malena. I'm going to send you a diet that you need to follow. And it was like really general. She didn't ask anything about myself. So when I received that diet, it was like 4 different breakfasts, 2 lunch, 2 dinners, and like amounts, restrictions, like 7 almonds. And I was like, what in my life? I counted this kind of thing. So I was like, there has to be another way. There has to be another way. I was not connected with it. And I started like doing things, like searching online, doing my own things. And then I got up this, like I found it online, and I started doing the coaching program just for myself, because I really wanted to learn more about it. I wanted to really learn about the theory, how the body works. Like I was so curious about it because of all the things, And then I was, for fun, sharing things that people were like, can you help me? Like, what are you doing? You look amazing, this and that. And I started doing it. And I was doing it for free at the beginning, just to know what I was able to do or not. And then, yeah, it became a business. And now I'm doing programs and everything. And it's so beautiful to be able to help people that are going through something similar that I went through, and to provide to them like things that I really needed in that time. Because, when you're trying to change your lifestyle, a lot of people ask the same things like, what is that? Like, what does it mean? What do you have to do? What to eat, change, think, health, wellness, what? And I needed that community, you know, I needed the guidance. I needed the different approaches in a way that I can feel good, that it feels natural to me. I don't need to think of I'm doing a diet, I'm restricting myself. It's kind of, it goes with the flow, kind of. And that's how I created everything.
Wonderful. So, and tell us, maybe you have one tip for the people who are hearing here, and if you are hearing us, if you have questions, please write the questions in the comments or after in the replay. We are live now, but in the replay you can ask us, tag us, and we can answer also there your questions. And maybe Malena, you have 1-2 tips for the women who want to really feel better in their lifestyles.
Yeah, I was thinking, like you were telling me before, like to kind of think of 2-3 different tips, and I was thinking of 3 actually, like in a holistic way, kind of to say it like that, in a, you know, in your lifestyle, your life, health, and wellness. One will be to forget about this mentality of all in or nothing in everything that you're doing. It happened a lot to me in the way you work out. It was happening like, I want to work out 5 days a week, 40 minutes every day. And if I cannot do it, if I don't have the 40 minutes, then I do nothing. And then the whole week can go by like this. So it's kind of like, appreciate, even if you have 5 minutes to move the body, it's kind of like, well, you know, appreciate that time. If you want to make changes in your diet, don't go crazy and like, no sugar, no carbs, no everything. And if I am not deleting or changing everything, it doesn't mean that you're going wrong. You're doing it wrong. So start one step at a time and appreciate everything that you can do every day. So it's kind of that. It's like, forget or eliminate that mentality of all in or nothing. So the second one.
Love that. I love that because it had to be also a lot with self-compassion. Great.
Yeah, definitely. Great. Because if you cannot make it in the way that you think is perfect, even if you do a little bit, or even if you recognize that today you were not able to do as much as you would want to, you had 5 minutes, you had 10 minutes. Your energy, everything can change in just 5 minutes. And appreciate that. Like, it's wonderful, like you say.
These small changes can make a big difference if you're doing that every day.
Yeah.
Only 5 minutes.
You connect with that, yeah. And the second one will be to identify actually what your best version means, like what your best version is. In that way that we have a lot of things that we want to change in our lives. We want to change our physical bodies, the way we react, the food that we eat, etc., etc. But that's because we have in our minds like a special way of being or how we should look. So it's kind of like, take the time to think and identify what the best version of yourself is. How is it? You know, like, what kind of clothes is that person wearing? What kind of food is your best version eating? How is the interaction of your best version with other people? What kind of thoughts is your best version having? You know, like everything that involves in being you. When you identify those things in everything, how you look, if you put makeup or not, if you have a skincare routine or not, ask yourself, does my best version have a skincare routine? Mm-hmm. Does my best version, who is, I don't know, 5 kilos thinner, is it eating McDonald's or is it eating a high nutritional food with a lot of colors? Is it a person who is on the couch and is not moving, or is it taking the time and the energy to work out and these kind of things? So when you identify these kind of things, not just like one part of your life, but everything, start being that person. Start wearing that clothes. Start, having that mentality already. Because starting being that person will help you to create that person afterwards and to have like long-lasting results. That's like top in everything that you want to do in your life. Mm-hmm. And the third one will be to find every day, every single day, something that gives you this feeling of love, of self-love, whatever it is. It can take 1 minute, like closing your eyes and take a deep breath, or put a little bit of perfume, or one day put a mask on your face, or do something that every single day you can do something little maybe instead of having the chocolate, have a banana, or things like that, or go for a walk and enjoy the sun, like whatever it is. But like every single day, put like a little drop inside of on your bowl, to say it like that, to feel more connected with yourself. And that will help you, that would align everything else that you do in your life. Everything is going to make sense.
Of course, I know that from my customers also. This is a big topic, and the thing what is maybe making that easier is a trick is if you connect it, because we know already. Of course, this is good for us to take time for us, but
Yeah.
daily we forget it. We don't have the time. We say also the 3 minutes. We say I don't have the time. It's only
Yeah.
because it's of course a new routine, is a new habit that we have to implement. And a good thing is if you do it together with something that you are already doing every day.
Yeah.
To connect, to combine it. That's why I'm saying, of course, your self-love routine you can combine with your skincare products all the time, and also with food, right? When you are because normally when we are, for example, drinking our coffee is more than because it's already a habit that we have
Yeah.
morning, and we can change habits, of course. We can include habits, and but more easier is including that to something that we are really doing, like, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe also to focus on what else can you include today. If you're having your breakfast and you're having the same things every day, is there a new fruit that you can include? Is there a smoothie or green juice that you can do today that is new? Or, even if you cannot work out today, can you take the stairs and you can walk instead of taking the elevator? I don't know, things like that, like little things can really help and make you feel better.
Oh, I love that. It's wonderful. Small steps and perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lena. I will say I will put in the comments your link if somebody is interested in your program. Ask us, Malena, and I love that to talk about your self love in combination with the nutrition and exercises with you. Thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Un abrazo.
Un abrazo. Chao.